Morning. It's June 17th, and I want to do an updated video on our Georgia Jet sweet potatoes. And these things have already just about filled in all of the strings that we tied in between the plants and directly above the plants. And they're filling in this trellis, and now they're growing up the strings to the eaves of the house. And you can see this one over here. It may show it. It's already touching the gutters, the bottom of the gutters. So what we do is, when these things are like this, we'll just come in here in the morning, like right now, and we'll wrap these strings, or wrap these vines around these strings that we put up. This is masonry twine that we've used. You can use about anything to grow them vertically. You can see how they start growing stalks off of the stalks. So we will wrap these around these strings also. So let me get the camera set up and I'll show you what we do. Okay. It's easier for me to pause the video and try to get this tablet inside the holder on our tripod than because if I don't do that, I'll cut the video off inevitably. We just get out here in the morning, and these vines will gently wrap them around. Even if they're doubled up, that's okay. See how that's hanging out? We want to get that wrapped around that vine. And if you do it every couple of days, the vines don't get so long that they break on you when you go to try to wrap these guys around. So we'll leave that. That's wrapping pretty good. We'll just get in here and try to pull some of those out of there. What I try to do also is not bunch up all the leaves. And if you got a leaf that just don't want to cooperate, you can pull that leaf off and eat it. Sweet potato leaves are very edible and they're very delicious. We make them in stir fries and salads. That's growing in between there, so we don't want that. We'll just wrap it on up like that. There we go. And then we'll have some, this, hanging out at the bottom. And we want to get those too so that eventually it's going to get so thick that they will grow out into the driveway. But up until that point, we try to keep them all wrapped up in here. Just keep wrapping them around there. And sometimes the wind coming through here We'll blow some of these guys loose, and we'll have to come back and rewrap them. But that's just part of the process. If you take your time and just do this every couple of days, or like this guy right here, if it were this long, it makes it very hard to spin that around the string. But if you do it every couple of days, then it's easy to get it around there, so that you're not messing with a 3 or 4 foot long vine. And believe me, I've missed some and had to do that, and that's when you end up breaking some of your vines off. So we'll just go through here, and like I say, when the high winds, when we get some storms and we get high winds, some of these will unwrap, and you'll have to go back and wrap them back around. And at this point, we haven't fertilized any. We've got a video in the playlist of how we get our soil ready, or on the channel. We're making a playlist now from start to finish on these guys. How we start our sweet potato slips in the winter and get them going, getting the soil prep done, and then even planting them. So we're working on that playlist now, but on the channel there's a video titled Our Soil Preparation for Our Sweet Potatoes. And that's the only fertilizers these things have gotten. Well, it's basically just amending the soil real heavy. And if you're interested on that, you should go back and check that video out. It's very informative. Make sure I'm getting in the shot there. Okay. Like I say, we've got some, I missed this guy, so it's getting kind of long. We want to go ahead and get him wrapped up there before he gets too much longer. And it's very hard to get these things wrapped up there. So we'll pull some of the back, and I can see through here, we've got probably a foot or so. This trellis is not built directly beside the house. We've got a foot away from the house. So that leaves plenty of room here that if these vines do grow back, we can just flip them up, wrap them around, and we've never had any issues with it growing under the vinyl siding and ripping the siding off, or in the windows, or anything like that. I guess it could happen, but we've never experienced that because I stay on top of it, and I get these vines wrapped around here a couple of times a week. And we got some more down here in the bottom. We'll just try to get these things wrapped up. Before they start creeping out into the driveway, because at that point we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with them. Last year we let these things, we kept wrapping them around until it got to a point of they were so thick that it was hard to get up here close to the plant even with a stepping stool. So the ones at that point that were coming out into the driveway, we just let go, because we don't park our car right up close to the house. We've got about 6 feet from here to the vehicle. It does get in our walk path. This is our walk path right here to go in our backyard through our gate, and we had to walk around them, but that's part of it. You know, we're on a small city lot, so we try to grow things where we can. And sweet potatoes for us, growing the traditional way of letting them just sprawl along the ground, just simply does not work with our limited space. So if you try growing these things vertical, you can build you a nice trellis. You can buy you a cattle panel and grow them on. You can make you something. We made this trellis out of some 2x4s I ripped down on a table saw and just screwed them together. And then I'll take a look back through here and see any ones I missed. And we'll make sure we get them up. You're not going to get them all. I miss them every day. Just give it a couple of days and come back and check them again, and make sure you keep wrapping them around there so that these guys don't come all out into the driveway. And I'll show you if I can do this without cutting the video off. Put this back down. I'll show you the shot. If you can see the space we have down there between the house and the trellis itself. I see a couple more in there I've got to get in there and get. But there we go. There's our Georgia Jet sweet potato update. All we're doing with these guys at this point is watering them. They're already reaching the gutter. Growing them right up beside the house. Amending the soil. We've grown here many years. This is how we do it. If you like the content of our channel, we'd appreciate you giving us a thumbs up, maybe sharing the video. If this is your first time here, we'd appreciate it if you think about subscribing. We have a lot of good content on the channel and a lot of good videos. But as always, thanks for watching.